The state's attorney is now bringing to a judge hundreds of cases involving the convicted city police officers and those implicated during trial.
WJZ is live tonight. Paul Gessler is downtown with just how many cases the state's attorney has asked the courts to throw out. Paul.
Rick and Denise, State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby says her office has identified 790 cases they say are compromised as a result of testimony brought to light during the federal trial against a corrupt group of city police officers.
Trial and eventual convictions of 8 members of an elite city police unit have set in motion city prosecutors asking courts to undo nearly 800 convictions. In a written statement, Marilyn Mosby said in part, the gun trace task force officers' actions, quote, leaves us no other recourse but to right the wrongs of unjust convictions. Previously, she told WJZ the fallout could affect thousands of cases, although there's disagreement on just how poisoned the well could be.
We're not just going in and getting rid of every case that these officers are involved in.
We think their mere presence challenges the integrity of every conviction in which they were involved.
The cases involve the 8 members of the gun trace task force and 17 others named during the trial, but not charged, including Detective Sean Suter, fatally shot nearly 2 years ago in West Baltimore.
If we don't trust the word of the GTTF detectives, we have to question how reliable is the information that has been provided about Detective Suter.
Former City Police Deputy Commissioner Jason Johnson was with the department during part of the gun trace task force crimes, but says their actions came as a shock. He questions throwing out cases based on testimony of convicted GTTF members.
You potentially could have murderers that would be let out of prison based on speculation that a state's witness had a credibility issue.
Just this week, city prosecutors brought a case against a man on gun possession charges, and Officer Kenneth Ivory is listed as an arresting officer. He's one of the 18 officers named by Mosby's office. 7 other unnamed officers are under federal investigation.
I mean, they've announced it today, but they were aware before today. But just Monday, one of this officer's cases were indicted by the same state's attorney's office.
City officials, meanwhile, have suggested Baltimore should not be held legally responsible for police abuses within the GTTF.
There's no other resources that we can tap into if we get sued and they win. I mean, it's just mind-boggling.
Back live now downtown for a list of those officers named today by the state's attorney's office. I put those on my Twitter page, and we also put them on WJZ.com. Meanwhile, papers will be filed over the next few weeks to throw out these cases, and after that, judges will have 30 days to consider those requests. For now, we're reporting live outside District Court. I'm Paul Gessler for WJZ.